if you want to believe that Gypsy Rose is a hero, then why do you think Nick Godejohn isn't? Because he stopped it. According to her, he stopped it. He stopped Dee Dee. He had the guts to do that. So if you want to say she's a survivor, her hero would have been Nick. Think about that. Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Don't ask me what's going on there. It's taking off for some way, somehow. I'm done fighting it. Feels cool though. Guys, how are you? This is Friday the 13th, which is also the release of Gypsy Rose's book, right? Or the signing, because I have a copy of the book. I got to tell you, I got a copy of the book. I didn't buy it. Don't think less of me. I did not buy it. Somebody gave it to me, and I appreciate that. So my big question to you guys is, do you want me to read you? You want me to read you the book? I'll read you the book. We'll do it live. We'll do maybe an hour a day. Do you want to do it? We'll do maybe a chapter a day. How's that work for you? Let me know in the comments, and let's see if we can't, come up with something. Guys, there's supposed to be some sort of protest tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know. It would be in Louisiana and New Orleans, I guess, in New Orleans where the book signing is. You could look that up. I think that Morbid did something. He did a show about that, and I'm sure if you look it up, we can see where that is. I'm in New York. I'm not going to that. Well, here's what... I've thought a lot about this. So I'm coming at this from every angle that I personally am coming at it from. So I think I've shared with you guys that I'm a writer. I got 2 books on Amazon. The links are in the bio. If you have Kindle, you can download the books, read them for free, please. One is a self-help book, and one is a fiction book. And again, the links are in my bio. And if you have Kindle, it's free. If you have Amazon Prime, it's free. If not, I think they're like $3. If you have an interest in that. Gypsy Rose, it's hard to be published. It's really hard to get a legitimate publishing house to back you up and I'm sure give you an advance, which I'm pretty sure Gypsy got, and then to give you more money when you finish the book, and then to do this whole press junket. Book's all a fucking lie, man. It is one lie after another lie after another lie. And she, let me tell you again, if I was the Petrie family, I would sue the hell out of Gypsy Rose for those fucking allegations about her granddad. This woman just comes out with one lie after another lie after another lie. And she doesn't care as long as she remains the number one victim. That is her goal in life, in my opinion, is to be the number one victim. Number one. All because she was born. All because she was born to Dee Dee Blanchard. And Rod, you were born to Rod too. Now Dee Dee, who took care of her, most of her life, Dee Dee took care of her. Stayed at home, stayed with her, was her best friend. And I believe that until I believe Gypsy was a bad seed from the moment she was born. There has been things that have now come out that her behavior was piss poor. That she got in fights with people. That she fought people. That she fought Dee Dee. She was not a good kid from the time she was born. She had behavioral issues. She had behavioral problems. We see them as they still come out as an adult. We do. Listen to the people that were in the cell blocks with her. Why are they saying, oh, I really loved you. Like, what happened to that person? Who was that person? Who was that person when people like Rachel Garlick says, I named my kid after you. You were the godmom of my children. Who is that Gypsy Rose? Where is she? Because that's not the person that we see, and that's not the person that exists for them anymore. Because that Gypsy Rose was that Gypsy Rose in jail to get away with everything she needed to get from prison, how to work a system. This is a chameleon. Let me make something 100% clear as well. I do not think at all that the state's going to come in and take her baby away. I think that they will let their presence be known because of the crime, the familial crime that happened. But I don't think that somebody's going to come in and take her baby. I think that unless she has a new charge, unless there is something that happens with her and or the baby's going to stay in her custody. That's what I think is going to happen. Do I think something's going to happen with her or the baby? I'm not too sure she's going to do well by this baby, but I'll tell you why people get so upset, because there are people saying, that's none of your business, that's none of your business. If something happens to that baby, and we all just sat by and watched it without saying a word, we would live with that for the rest of our lives. So we did say, hey, listen, heads up, just pay attention to the baby. Because I'm not saying take the baby. I don't think you should take a baby from their mom. However, I think if the mom can't help themselves and they are a danger, then yes, that remains to be seen. It's a hell of a thing that somebody like Gypsy Rose, or anybody like Gypsy Rose, would put somebody in a position to say, well, we'll see what happens when it comes to an infant, when it comes to a child, when it comes to the life of a being. Well, we can't really do anything. We'll see what happens. And that's basically all we can do is pray and hope that something, when she gives birth, also comes out or within her that changes who she is, and the priority does become the baby. I don't think the baby is the priority. It's hard for me to believe that the baby's the priority. I'm not sure that that's going to happen. But here's what I know. I know that some woman, because, listen, the mashed potato video, she must have been 50 years old when she did that video. Royal mashed potatoes. All right, she was in her 20s though, right? Not quite 50, in her 20s though. When she was acting like she was mentally challenged, mocking. She knew she wasn't mentally challenged. You can't tell somebody that they're slow if they know they're not slow. This is all just shit. And this woman's got a book deal that she didn't write that book. You know damn well she didn't write that book. She made up stories to tell somebody that sat down and wrote that book. Because as we know, there's words in that book that Gypsy, come on, she couldn't even pronounce. Probably wouldn't even think that they were from the English language. So let's just be real. So another lie is being perpetrated here. The writing of the book, it's her memoir. Her memoir. I really can't believe that this is mainstream media, that this is People Magazine, this is Rolling Stone, that these are morning newscasts, news shows that are bringing on a woman that unalived her mom, honestly, because she just couldn't deal with her mom anymore. Because there's no proof of the Munchausen by proxy. Again, no proof of it. And there's all of this talk and all of this proof that we now see that we didn't know at the time that shows a completely different story. And for the love of God, I don't know why mainstream media doesn't go, whoa, hold on a second. This is wrong. This is wrong. And attention needs to be brought to this. You know what I'm saying? Attention needs to be brought to what's going on. With everything. This is the undercurrent of what's going on. It's almost like it's almost like on the bottom of the ocean, and it's kind of rubbing together, right? And all of a sudden there's some bubbles that come up. But by the time they get to the top, it's more than just little bubbles, right? It swallows everything whole. And that's what's going on with our society. If we put people like Gypsy Rose as champions after being victims, and she's laughing because she was never a victim. She's never a champion either, but she was never a victim. She was never a survivor. She was somebody that, at the very least, masterminded an murder of an obese woman that couldn't stop her from doing anything. She knew how old she was. So what is it? What is it? Why can't we see the evil in the world? And we see it with so many people. Look at Jay-Z now. Look at Diddy. All these people kind of like, no, don't look there. Don't look there. No, no. Well, look there. Hollywood. You haven't fucked up enough? Now you're going to put Gypsy Rose in there too. Brilliant. So brilliant. And you know what's worse? They don't even have enough content for her. They don't even have enough content. They're reaching out to content. Hey, can I borrow it? Can you mind if I put this up? Hey. Yet it's not the content that they're looking for. Right? Guys, what do you think? Do you want me to read this? Do you want me to read the book? You know I'm going to ad-lib some shit. I'm going to have some fun with it if I read it. But if you want me to read it, I'll do it. I guess I could read the book. I don't know. Is there a copyright thing? I can't read the book? I'll read the book if you want me to. Guys, be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Always be kind. And hey, are you going to go to the protest tomorrow? Tell me. How about we can all just protest tomorrow? How about tomorrow we all just put protest on everything? Or, I don't know. Somebody sent me something about doing something, but I got it at the last minute. So, I don't know. You know, we got to stand up and do something here because this just isn't the way. This just isn't the way to make people like Gypsy Rose heroes. If you want to believe that Gypsy Rose is a hero, then why do you think Nick Godejohn isn't? Because he stopped it. According to her, he stopped it. He stopped Dee Dee. He had the guts to do that. So if you want to say she's a survivor, her hero would have been Nick. Think about that. All right, guys. See you on the next one.